Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. It's Express Bet Florida Derby Day. We'll have all the action from Gulfstream right here for you at Laurel Park. 9 races as well. 9 live races here at Laurel. Nice carryover in the rolling Super High 5 starting race 3. Today's a great day if you're a horse racing fan, as we're right in the middle of all the Triple Crown prep season.
This is kind of, we're like downhill almost, kind of heading towards our downward descent towards the Kentucky Derby. Really looking forward to it. A couple big prep races today, the Florida Derby, and then down at the fairgrounds. So, it's going to be a fun-filled weekend. A good betting card on tap at Laurel today. A tough little card, I thought, all the way through and through.
Sure.
Like I say, get ready. It's Derby time.
And you
right
saw the carryovers there, almost 8,900 in the rolling Super High 5. Now, that'll start race 3 today, and we've seen this formula before, Keith. When you get any kind of carryover like this, it's a small, it's a decent 7-horse playable field in race 3 where the rolling Super High 5 starts. The Super High 5 players are going to attack this with a bunch of late money. You might see 30, 40,000 late money into the Super High 5 in race 3. So I have a ticket for that. Nice carryover. And that, of course, the big carryover of the day. It's a guaranteed $2 million Pick 6 jackpot down there at Gulfstream today for their Florida Derby card. It's a 14-race card down there. Their first race starts at 12 o'clock down there at Gulfstream today. Make sure you get in on the Pick 6 action. And if they don't hit it today down there at Gulfstream, look out tomorrow. It's a mandatory payout. Could be a historic event tomorrow at Gulfstream. You're talking about maybe a $10 million mandatory payout Pick 6.
Absolutely, and I'm kind of hoping it stays and carries over and gives us something to attack tomorrow. And like we talked about it yesterday's show, we're going to get a group of people together and give ourselves a fair shot at that thing.
Yeah, go in there, trying to get your share of it, and I think a good shot at that will carry over because the guarantee with it's going to be way over $2 million today. It might be around $3-4 million today, but with the amount of people that are playing it and as hard as it is, I think twofold. Either nobody hits it or you'll have multiple people hit it. So it carries over to that big mandatory payout tomorrow. So a great weekend of racing here at Laurel and at Gulfstream. We can enjoy all the action right here at Laurel Park. Let's talk about Liar's Dice win yesterday, because we're going to show the recruiting ready footage from the barn the other morning, and we'll talk more about recruiting ready next weekend on Today at the Races. But recruiting ready a few weeks ago beat Liar's Dice. Liar's Dice came back yesterday with a very impressive. Here's recruiting ready at Sagamore Farms barn back here at Laurel Park. Trainer Horacio De Paz was aboard recruiting ready a couple mornings ago for a bullet half-mile work here at Laurel Park. He looks great. We'll talk to Horacio De Paz and farm manager Hunter Rankin some more next week. And we're looking forward to recruiting ready coming back even more so after that dominant win by Liar's Dice last out, who this horse beat a couple weeks ago.
Talked about that yesterday. Liar's Dice ran lights out yesterday after a real big try against Recruiting Ready. Had a tougher trip, but Recruiting Ready got back to Maryland, got back to kind of what we talked about, what he does best. I think that's what he's meant to be. He looks like a really kind of a crack type of sprinters. And that day, that race was much faster than established older horses that had run at 2 and 3 other than competition. So Liar's Dice cemented that victory by recruiting Ready the other day. So Liar's Dice, though, another one to look forward to. Damon's done a phenomenal job off the claim with him.
Nice claim there by the Dilla DeVico barn. That horse actually bred at Sagamore Farm. So keep your eye on Liar's Dice and Recruiting Ready. 2 nice 3-year-olds around here in Maryland. Let's show you what's going on here today. It's Express Bet Florida Derby Day down there at Gulfstream. You can watch and wager on all the Florida Derby action right here at Laurel Park. Their first race post time about 6 minutes away. Stay here and watch us at Today at the Races as we get you ready for the Laurel card. But have an eye on the Gulfstream feed as well. 9 stake races they have down there. And again, that $2 million guaranteed jackpot pick 6. So Florida Derby Day, a week from today, be a big day here at Laurel Park. It's the Decanter Wine. And wait a second. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the Florida Derby.
Okay.
I forgot. I was going to ask you who your pick is. Sorry, guys. Back to the Florida Derby real quick. Who's your pick in the big race today?
I'm going to keep riding out Gunnavera. I just visually been impressed by what this horse has been able to do, as opposed to some of the other types that have been able to win with easier trips. Gunnavera doesn't need to have that stone cold setup, so I like his running style. An interesting story. I read the good story in the Blood Horse last night, actually, about how he was orphaned 10 days after birth, and the way he's able to kind of overcome all of that adversity and look where he is now, and kind of an underdog story, and you always got to pull for that.
All right, so Gunnavera, your Fountain of Youth winner. He'll be the favorite on the outside, number 11 in 11-horse field in the Express Bet Florida Derby. That race will be later on this afternoon, maybe around the 5:30, 6 o'clock time frame. Hope you're still here watching it with us at Laurel Park. So next week, next Saturday here at Laurel Park, big day for you. The Decanter Wine and Racing Festival here at Laurel Park brings a lot of new fans out here. We'll have live racing. Always a big turnout for this event.
And it's great that we can have these events at Laurel Park, even over at Pimlico. Something we can attract a big group, maybe some newbies, some people that they may only come out once or twice a year. They make the Decanter one of their prime targets on their calendar each year. But what they're going to see is a newer, improved facility, a lot more to offer. If we can just grab a smaller percentage of those fans each and every year, Stan, we're going to be doing well moving forward.
All right, also on the Decanter Wine and Racing Festival Day, Saturday, April 8th, we're going to have the Triple Crown Prep Challenge. Cool contest here. It's a handicapping tournament next Saturday here at Laurel Park. $10 entry fee. It's a $500 guaranteed pot. Your premier players show us your best bets in the Triple Crown Prep. You bet you place a $2 win place mythical wager on the last 5 races at Laurel Park, and the 3 Triple Crown Prep races that day, which are the Wood Memorial, the Wood Memorial, the Santa Anita Derby, and the Bluegrass. There's so many of them I get them mixed up sometimes. So Bluegrass, Wood Memorial, Santa Anita Derby next Saturday for the Triple Crown Prep Challenge.
All of those are done ahead of time. That's what I like. Some of these tournaments, it's a little tricky. A little lady luck is involved when guys just stab at a bigger price. This is establishing, can you pick winners? Can you pick horses that are going to run 1-2? Let's see what you got. A nice little thing, nice little tournament. $10 entry fee. That's great. $500. I think that's the way to do it. I like that setup there, the $2 win in place ahead of time.
So lots of action for you next Saturday to watch all the Derby preps here at Laurel Park. And then coming up, another big Saturday for you here at Laurel Park. We're into April. Great time of sports here in Maryland. You have horse racing. You have college lacrosse. The Orioles opening day this Monday. And April 22nd, Saturday, April 22nd, it's a win and you're in for the horses. Winner of the Federico Tessio that day earns a place in the gate for the Preakness. And then winner of the Weber City Miss for 3-year-old fillies earns a spot in the Black-Eyed Susan. So the horses are covered. The fans are covered as well. To win and you're in for the fans Saturday, April 22nd here at Laurel Park. You spin the Maryland Jockey Club prize wheel for a chance to win one of 6 pairs of tickets to Preakness Day or Black-Eyed Susan Day at Pimlico. You get a free spin with racing program purchase and a prize for every spin. You can't beat that. That's going to be a great day of racing Saturday, April 22nd.
You're going to save a little bit of money, save a little bit of coin, and they can put that back into the windows when they get over to Preakness and Black-Eyed Susan Day.
Absolutely. So the Tessio, always a great local prep here in Maryland for the Preakness Stakes. We've seen horses that have come out of the Tessio to go on and win or finish second in the Preakness. Always see the good local horses in the Tessio. And then, of course, the big Saturday of the year, the second jewel of the Triple Crown, the People's Race, the People's Party, 142nd Preakness Stakes, Saturday, May 20th at Pimlico. You can go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information. All the seats sold out last year. The Budweiser Infield Fest, the concert lineup is out. Sam Hunt on the main stage. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information for the 142nd Preakness Stakes right around the corner. We'll blink. I think yesterday was the 50-day mark from the Preakness.
Right.
You getting ready?
I'm getting tied on. I just got my travel itinerary for the Derby, so I'll be heading down there Friday morning prior on Oaks Day. So.
Oaks Day? All right.
Yeah, that'll get me started.
All right, good stuff. And here's the carryovers one more time here today at Laurel Park. Third race will kick off the rolling Super High Five. A little shy of 8,900 in that carryover for the Super High Five. Starts in race 3. No carryover for the Rainbow Pick 6. They hit it yesterday for, what, around 3,000 or something? Not nice score if you had that. The late Pick 5 paid well yesterday.
Yeah.
And as always, we have that industry low 12% takeout in the late Pick 5. But the big carryover today, everybody's going to be going after that $2 million guaranteed Pick 6 jackpot down there at Gulfstream for Florida Derby Day. If they don't hit it today, it'd be a mandatory payout tomorrow, with the pool expected to be around $10 million. So keep your eyes on that Pick 6 carryover down there at Gulfstream Park. Let's talk about the track here today. We had a lot of rain yesterday morning. It's been drying out since yesterday afternoon. Nice weather right now. We had some speed horses win yesterday, some horses that came from off the pace. There they are working on the track right now. What do you think the track condition will be?
As of right now, it is muddy. They had it open when I was walking here there just about a half hour, 40 minutes ago. Now they're going ahead and floating it. So sealed and muddy, it looks like, maybe to get things started. But with a little breeze that's going on, they may go ahead and bring the harrows right back out. But muddy to start, no doubt.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. It could be changing throughout the
no
course
doubt.
of the afternoon. So keep your eye on the track condition as we're in the 50s, mostly cloudy. Now, turf tomorrow. We have 3 races carded on the turf tomorrow. We need a little help. Keep our fingers crossed. We need a little help from the sun. Need the sun to come out here. Maybe a nice little gentle breeze to dry out that turf course. But we do have 3 races scheduled for the turf tomorrow. The grass was green as can get. We just need to dry out a little bit.
And doing the line, I had to go do the line pretty quick for Sunday's card, and glancing at those 3 turf races. That's the toughest part of doing a line maker's job. When turf season kicks back in, you don't really have any established form, recent form on the turf, unless you've got some horses maybe down the fairgrounds or Gulfstream. So, yeah, tough, contentious races if those things stay on the turf tomorrow.
Always big fields here on our state-of-the-art turf course. Let's get right to it here. Race 1's going to kick off the early Pick 5 mandatory payout with that industry low 12% takeout on the early Pick 5. I have a ticket here. Let's take a look. A nice group of open 7,500 claimers to start it off, going 6 furlongs. I have a $32 play here for my early Pick 5. I'm going to go with the 3 Cowboy King in the 6 Hurler. You get Trevor McCarthy at 6-1 on the 6 Hurler. So there's 2 deep for me here in race 1. And race 2, I'll key on Atascaster in from the Claudio Gonzalez barn. Looks much the best. Jomar Torres aboard, going 4 deep there in race 3. 2 horses in the 4th, 4 deep there once again in race 5. A $32 play here for the early Pick 5. No Super High 5 wagering in races 1 and 2. That'll start race 3 this afternoon. Let's take a look here. Race 1, this is a salty group of wide open 7,500 claimers, 3 and up, going 6 furlongs, scratch to 1. Tiz Showbiz. We have a video spotlight here on the 11-year-old classic Wildcat for Hall of Famer King T. Leatherberry.
Yeah, we'll go back to his most recent race, March the 4th, Stan, and really jumped up a level up to 12.5 and didn't have the most comfortable of trips early on. Broke from the 3 post, showed a little bit of speed, and he just kind of found his way drafting on back. A light little steady there, leaving the 5/8 pole, heading towards the far turn. And he goes from being about 2 lengths out of it to about 10 lengths out of it. After a quarter of a mile, you see Fergal Lynch kind of easing back off the early pace. That was just enough trouble. I think of moving towards the outside middle of the field, a little drop back to this $7,500 level is just perfect for him. He doesn't mind a little moisture in the racetrack. He's reunited with Toledo. I know Zen Papa looks like he could be loose on the lead, but this horse makes some pretty sharp middle moves when he's right. I like Classic Wildcat to rebound off of that poor effort on March the 4th.
I use him in my top 4 here. He is getting back to his level. Gets Toledo, has been aboard for the last 3 wins. He does have 3 wins on and off track, and what a remarkable career as an 11-year-old. 23 wins. He's made almost $400,000 for the Hall of Famer Leatherberry. I'll respect him in the connections. I'll use him in my top 4, but I love the connections here on the 6 Hurler. You get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, at 6-1 for Scott Lake. This horse loves Laurel Park, does have a win in a decent form on an off track. A good second last out. That was a little easier condition against beaten 7,500 claimers. Got to go against open claimers here, but he gets a good outside draw. I think he'll get a good stalking trip from the outside with McCarthy aboard today.
You sure Farmer Tom only just promised you a free turkey or something if you pick this horse?
You know the horse is eating
good fresh hay,
right?
Yes, he is. He's just run into some horses that have run bang-up races the last 2 times, Stan. Zen Papa ran off the screen in 2-term leader last time out on the 25th. He's still going to have to step it up a little bit, I think. He's making nice little middle moves. Can he sustain? He always makes his presence felt, though, no doubt, in really good recent form. I think Cowboy King showed he can sprint. I always liked him kind of as a horse that kind of dictated on the front end going longer, but he's showing rating ability going short. Last time out, tough field. We saw what the Pulse did coming back. He's run big races, won that optional 20 allowance yesterday. So Cowboy King, I think, is going to be poised to make a decent move from mid-pack as well.
All right, we both agree on that one. The 2, Zen Papa, hopefully gets back into good form at this level. He's been running against tough 5,000 starter allowance, 7,500 starter allowance. He fell over a spill last out. Don't hold that against him. That open 15, too tough. He gets back to a level where he can compete here today with Katie Davis, probably going to send from the inside.
No doubt. The road's going to go through Zen Papa. He's pretty quick early. I don't think anybody has his type of early speed. A claim for 75, but kind of will always say a risky claim when you're reaching in off of Jacobson. You don't know what you're going to get. He's faced tougher fields the last 3. A little trouble there. It was unfortunate leaving the 8th. But that race wasn't a little bit of slower time comparatively on March the 11th. That's a little negative against him in my opinion, but he will be the one to catch.
And you're throwing, I like the 10-1 shot you have there in your top 4. Taking a drop here for Mike Trombetta. Troubled Waters does have a couple wins on an off track and finds easier company here today.
Yeah, just the angle coming off that inside drops a little bit. He looks like he's kind of going in the wrong direction, but this little drop might pick his head up and moving off of that dead rail on that muddy sealed surface.
All right, it's a nice group of open 7,500 claimers to kick off that early pick 5 today with a mandatory payout. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 starts the early pick 4. 3 pick 4s for you this afternoon. Starting races 2, 4, and 6. Race 2 is a nice group of claiming 5,000 for 3-year-olds or 4 and up. Never won 4 going a mile and a 16th. We have a video spotlight here of my top pick. This is the 4 Atascasterin for leading trainer Claudio Gonzalez. This was his last race at this condition here. A good second. He was in front turning for home going a mile. Finished a good second here this day. I like his speed stretching out to 2 turns today. I think for speed horses, the 2-turn route races are easier for them than the 1-turn, 1-mile race. You got to go to the second wire here. It's a long run down the backstretch. So I think the speed's going to fit this horse well today, going 2 turns. And he's well spotted here today for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. He's a 7-year-old. He's won 5 races.
Right.
However, his first 2 races that he won were for like 2,500, 3,500. So he's more than eligible for this condition. I double checked that, and he looks much the best here.
Yeah, 5-time winner and against a bunch of these horses. So. Last time out, that was a better group than he's facing today. Now, the internals were pretty sharp, but at last confession comes out of the race on the same day, 23, 3, 46, and 3. I think the advantage to the 4 Atascasterin, or however we're going to pronounce it, Stanford Claudio, is that he draws a little bit outside, and maybe he can kind of take the measure of Last Confession, I think will be a forward factor from the get-go. But, yeah, he's the horse to beat. Super Check, one more try, second time gelding for Super Check. He's a 2-time winner at the distance. He's the only horse in this race, Dan, that's won at a mile and a 16th. So I think he can come from a little further back. Last time out, he was too close to that fast pace. That just kind of fried him. I think you're going to see Cintron take back a little further today, maybe sustain a run from the 3/8 pole.
I like the Super Check and the 5 Spirit of Freedom. I'll throw the 3 in there as well after the cutoff for Scott Lake. Trevor McCarthy aboard here, 0-2 on an off track, but he's been hanging around at this level. A decent third last out, the hunt in the holidays. I think at the value 9-2, you get the leading rider Scott Lake. He'll get a share of it. I think.
Yeah, he's going to be well placed with Trevor. You know that. It's just that finishing punch. Is he going to have it? Spirit of Freedom, they're going to try him long for the first time. Drops a little bit in price. He's going to get a real nice stalking trip. I think he's going to be tough in here as well.
All right, nice group of beaten nickel horses there to start the early pick 4. Let's turn the page. Here we go with the big carryover in the rolling super high 5. It starts in race 3. Now, don't fall asleep on this one. They're going to pound this late money, about 30,000, 40,000 maybe, almost 8,900 in the carryover. It's a low 15% takeout for the rolling super high 5 here in race 3. It's a very playable 7-horse field. Group of maiden 25,000 claimers, 3 and up going a mile. Here's my ticket, a $54 play. I'll go with the 1 Little Tricks on top at 9-2, then going with the 3, 5, 6 over the 3, 5, 6, 7, and then all down there at the bottom. An affordable $54 play, rolling super high 5, nice carryover. It's going to be a live pull here in race 3. We have a video spotlight of my top pick here, the one, Little Tricks for trainer Kate Dibbin, 3-year-old son of Street Magician.
Yeah, Kathy Dibbin's runner. Little Trouble Trip the 19th of February in its debut. Comes back March the 12th, stretches out, and really kind of vied early against a real sharp firster in Coach Pat. Took back to rate and stalk, and look at those internal fractions: 24, 47, and 3, 13, and 3. Similar fraction stand to 25 starter optional claimers. This was a good race time for these horses. Horse drifts a little bit at the quarter pole, actually the 5/16 for the mile race turning for home. Gets straightened away by Laurel, and this horse actually keeps on willingly to the wire. I gave it kept trying in the long comment. I think this horse is going to benefit from that first route. Main horse to beat in here is the 6. E takes the lead, but I think Little Tricks will be forward a long, long way and may pull a slight upset just with the benefit of that race going this one-turn mile.
All right, so we both agree here on the top 3. Are you going in on the super high 5 here?
Well, I think I may have to. I don't play the bet a ton, but in this situation, these are the races where I like to dig in. 7, 8 horse field with an established favorite like the 6 is going to be your favorite. There could be 2-1, 9-5 when it's all said and done, and the money will pour in. 8,800 going in, it should be 25,000 going out.
Yep.
So it's the right kind of race to step in. I think Little Tricks can get it done, probably a second choice.
And we get a nice price on Laura Lee Glazier and Kate Dibbin. They've teamed up for some nice winners. They're 22% together here from a small sampling, but they win. Nice positive ROI. Yeah. And, I think the 6 is vulnerable. Turf to dirt here for trainer Jerry Brooks, bringing this horse up from the fairgrounds. Really kind of a mystery. This will be the first time going along on the dirt, and you got to wonder if the horse likes an off track. Didn't like an off track sprinting against Maiden Special Weight Company at fairgrounds, so you can't really hold that against him too much.
Yeah, that was a key race. His last 2 dirt races were key races. January 21st at the fairgrounds and December the 16th at Laurel. We've seen Darmaster coming out of that race and perform well. This is definitely a softer group. Question Dubai, Gilded Time on the bottom. Sprinting maybe the mile could be a touch too far, but this class drop just enough might get him over the top.
All right, let's get a commercial break. Rolling super high 5, big carryover in race 3. Make sure you get in on that. Let's get a commercial break. Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. We'll start with that when we come back.
Gulfstream Park is one of Florida's top entertainment destinations, mixing restaurants, clubs, a casino, and international boutique shops with world-class racing. In a lavish, sun-drenched setting with the feel of a Mediterranean village, Gulfstream is a leading year-round entertainment and tourist destination. The Stronach family, owners of Gulfstream Park, is committed to the sport of thoroughbred racing and the grace, spirit, and generosity of a horse.
Welcome back. Today at the race is presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter. Keith Fustel here. The sun's coming out. The track is drying out. We're going to start at Muddy. What do you think the chances are it gets up to good, maybe even fast later on this afternoon?
I'd say the best we're probably going to get to is good
okay.
today. Yeah, I mean, we've got a breeze. It's not a real strong breeze, maybe 10 to 12 miles an hour when it really picks up. But I think good by the end of the day.
All right, Rainbow Pick 6 starts right here in race 4. No carryover, but I'm going to take a play here with a small $38.40 ticket. Starts here in race 4. I'll go with the scratch to plain one, Balkan, in race 4. But I'll use the 1A, the 2, and the 4. So just 3 deep for me here in race 4. 4 deep there in the 5th race, going with 2 horses in races 6 and 7. Then I'll key my best bet of the day. Why not? Another Linda Rice, 5-year-old here. American Road's going to be your heavy favorite in race 8, a starter allowance feature. Going 2 turns, gets her main man, Horacio Caramanos. They won another race here yesterday. They're about over 50% by now. You gotta love the Linda Rice here. I hear she might even be getting stalls here. Why not? As many races she's winning.
Yep.
So I'll key on the 2 American Road in race 8, going 4 deep there in that maiden 10 for race 9. So a $38.40 play for me here in the Rainbow Pick 6. Race 4 also kicks off the middle pick 4, claiming 10,000 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime, going 5.5 furlong. Scratch to plain one, Balkan. The 1A El Minute does run. I'll end up on the 4. Josie is going to be your favorite here for Brandon Culp. Coming down from Penn, a good second at a similar level last out. The winner on a commitment would come back to win. and he was the beaten favored the last 2 starts. So that's maybe a little cause for concern, but I'll go with him on top here.
Yeah, he's keyed up against some okay horses. Fire Sparks, that third-place finisher, came back to run a good number, 63, went second next time out for 10. And Honor Commitment has come back and run well. He was actually, I think, second for 4 in life. So he's worked through the conditions, ran a 69 buyer. So Josh, he certainly, is going to command a lot of attention at the windows. He's been a beaten favorite. Brandon Culp, trainer doesn't run down here a lot, but he's done okay. 2 for 16 the last couple of years, 11 for 16 in the money, and this horse is going to sit a good trip from just off the pace, is the one to beat. But maybe El Minute. I think reunited with McCarthy. Trevor's gotten along well with this horse when he's ridden him 2 times. Shortens back up, just softened up through some okay internals last time out. He's going to need some help up front, but I think Trevor might be able to carry this home a little bit more sustainable run than Josh at that short price. Josh is going to probably be in that even money range, I would think.
So you get some better value on the 1A. El Minute, a nice route to sprint stat here for Jose Corrales, about 23% from a decent-sized sampling. So I respect the connections. I'll throw the 1A in the mix, and we both agree on the 2 here a little bit. Nickamore, blinkers on. He gets a 7-pound apprentice. Carlos Carrasco aboard here for Jerry Brooks. An okay 4th in the mud last out. A little steady at the 8th pole in that race. Maybe a tough inside post, but finds a soft group here, I think.
Yeah, he's shown some speed in the past, some rateability. I don't know if he's as quick as Go Bogo. Maybe the blinkers, kind of will go ahead and send this horse, get him a little bit more focused early. But Go Bogo scratched out of a softer spot. That's their 3-horse for trainer Ricky Silliman and Victor Carrasco. Gavin Street Sense was really sharp last time out for Kieran. This horse was down inside the whole way and was, trying to the wire. Go Bogo will try to set sail, and he might be able to clear and be tough in here.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 5 is going to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover. There was no carryover yesterday, but they hit it. It still paid nice because you have that low 12% takeout on both the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Late pick 5 starts here in race 5. A starter allowance, optional claiming $16,000, going a mile and a 16th here. We have a video spotlight on the 2. Magritte for trainer Kieran McGee. Trevor McCarthy aboard. McCarthy was aboard last time. Here's a powerhouse win. Now, this was against 10,003 Life Company back on St. Patty's Day, March 17th. But the horse won with authority going away, even though Trevor's going to work on the horse. Still a nice win, I think. A 77 buyer speed figure, second win here at the track. He's stepping up in company today to the starter allowance company. I like the confident move for strong connections, and we'll get a decent price here on the 2 Magritte here in race 5 to kick off the late pick 5.
Yeah, he got away with murder on the front end last time, 25-1, 49-2. He's a horse that's going to have to show me, though, he can kind of rate a little bit because Max Crown, I think, is going to go ahead and send with him along with Percy. So Magritte, sharp form, a good formulator stat, though, for Kieran, 29% on dirt with horses that ran a best buyer last time out. That's what this horse just did, a 77. So really eager to the wire. Was that aided by that softer pace early on, Stan? That's going to be the question. I think the race 5 is a tough race. But Bird of Trey, I like the change of tactics last time. I think it gets a better field. Ready Heart and Soul was a shipper coming in from New York who faced really good company. Like the way Stevie Hamilton got this horse to relax and make a sharp run after altering course, leaving the 8th pole. Stretches out. This horse tried longer back as a 3-year-old. They're going to go ahead and stretch him back out. I think he gets good position. Let's fool him into a win here. Bird of Trey from just off the pace. He's a horse that beat Open 16s 3 races back, and this is a condition race here.
Now, it was a strong race last out. Looks like he'll like to stretch out the 2 turns today. Should get a ground-saving trip from the inside with Steve Hamilton aboard. I like the connections. 0 for 5. Only does that worry you at all with it on the off track or at this level off that last 81 buyer speed figure?
Not terribly.
He can overcome that.
Yeah, not terribly. I think he'll be okay.
And maybe by race 5, again, you keep your eye on the track condition. By race 5, and there he is, the owner of Hurler. Farmer Tom is here. By race 5, we could have an upgrade in the track condition to maybe good. So that could help out the 1 Bird of Trey. You mentioned the 5 Percy. This horse ran a banger. I loved him 2 starts ago. He kind of just threw a clunker that day, but he got back into good form last out, just beating a whisker. He was dead game in that race. Just got beat a head bob. First off the claim here for trainer Mike Gorham. A good barn. Alex Centron, a top rider. I like the 5 Percy in here at a decent price first off the claim.
Yeah, he's another one going to be part of the flow. He'll be close. He may not get the lead, but I think he's going to be stalking and make an impact around the second turn. Don't know if he's going to be able to keep on going. Rican is a question mark type of horse for me, Stan, for Scott Lake. Freshened up. was off from November to February, an okay race with some trouble. Those were some tough races up at Parks, that split condition, that starter 25 or a other than, or 2 in life. Recanted, I think he can kind of move back up. Has a win on and off track. And look at the 6. Marco Salazar with a winner in the last race last night with a good price with Laurel Glasser. Look at the company lines. 2 Cuban brothers, what would he be? And what would be his price in here? About 4 to 5.
Sure.
He's a staunch starter allowance type. This horse drops out of a 2 other than down at Tampa. The way the barn's going, he is going to be another one that's going to be trouble from just off the pace.
And Marco Salazar, now 4 winners from 12 starters, having a good start to 2017. So we both like the 6 a little bit there in race 5. Let's turn the page. You like the late pick 4 today, and why not? You hit the late pick 4 this week in at Laurel Park. You get a 10% bonus if you're a premier player. So go to guest services to learn more about how you can get that 10% bonus on the late pick 4. Keith, you like the late pick 4 today. Here's your ticket.
Yeah, a little short ticket, $24. Came very close yesterday. My mistake. I went deep in the last. Should have gone a little bit deeper with Dr. Bolt. $1,400 payoff. With Riddle with chalks. That was a great payoff. So don't get shut out on these picks, on these late pick 4s, the pick 5s. Everything at Laurel here is offering a lot of value. We're going to start it off. Race 6, wide open. I'm going 4 deep. 1, 2, 5, and 6. 3 deep in race number 7. I think the road's going to go through Damon Dilladovico. Why not? He's red hot.
Sure.
Moonlit Sea at a little bit of a price. Higher price Damon is going to be my top selection in that race. Singling the 2, American Road for Linda Rice, who does no wrong. And in the 9th, another little spread race. Triple Blackjack will take a lot of money. Barn just trying to heat back up. Sigmund intrigues me a little bit in that race as well. 3, 4, 7, and 9 in the 9th race for a $24 late pick 4.
All right, we both had the same key horse later on today. American Road looks very tough to beat for Linda Rice in race 8. We'll get to that, but let's kick it off here. Race 6, 3-year-old fillies claiming 11,000 going a flat mile. A couple scratches in here. Scratched to 1 backseat driver and scratched a heavy favored, the 4 Gobi.
Yeah.
So that's going to affect the odds on everything. And here Gobi was 4 to 5 for Linda Rice. That horse is out. I end up on the 6 now. Our First Candy be probably one of your likely favorites in here for Corey Jensen. Jevion Toledo aboard. A good third coming from off the pace last out up there at Parks at a similar level. Broke the maiden here at Laurel Park, going 7 furlongs back in late January here, so I'll go with the 6, Our First Candy. I think gets a good stalking trip from the outside today.
Yeah, I like Our First Candy 2 races back, and she just didn't follow through. I think she's going to be okay against this field at the mile distance for Corey Jensen and Acclaim Racing Stables. But Cotton Eye Gem is going to be my top selection. Reunited with Stevie Hamilton, was down inside at Penn against a little tougher field. Tried to go up there and sneak away with a state-bred allowance win at a price. Just couldn't get the job done, an even effort. But the 3-back try at 7 furlongs. This horse is just kind of a grinder. Really doesn't have a big, flashy move. But I think against this field, she'll be positioned enough, close enough at top of the stretch to grind out a win.
I'll respect the 2. So 2-6 for you, 6-2 for me. Steve Hamilton is going to maybe have to. He'll be in the best part of the racetrack, turning for home for sure. I like the 3 at a price here. You get the 7-pound apprentice Carlos Carrasco aboard for Jose Corrales. The horse woke up in his second start. The first time Lasix in the second start, came from off the pace going a mile, 3-year-old daughter of Wilco. So now she's in good form right now, facing winners for the first time. She didn't run very well in her debut in the mud. Maybe give her one pass there on an off track, see if she can do a little bit better today on an off track.
Yeah, and my price shot would be the 5 Pastino's Secret was way wide every step of the way last time out and kept on to the wire, just closed up about 5 lengths. It wasn't a really, it was a slow finish time, but establishing. I think this horse actually wants the ground. I don't know about the rest of these, so I think she's going to be making a steady run from off the pace, maybe save a little bit more ground today.
All right, 3 more races to go. Race 7 is going to kick off the final late pick 3 of the afternoon, going 6 furlongs. Filly Mares 3 and up, claiming 16,000. Never won 2 lifetime. I go with the 4 Picnic Party. You mentioned the Dilladovico barn. They're red hot right now. Steve Hamilton gets aboard here. Hamilton was aboard last time in a tougher race. Starter allowance 25,000 company. A good second that day. She's well spotted to get her second win today here. Should get a forwardly placed stalking trip here with Cowboy Hamilton in the saddle.
Yeah, looks like they've got her figured out off the layoff. She's a little bit quirky there, wants to kind of drift a little bit around the turn. Not an easy horse to ride, so Stevie Hamilton's got to be tied on that winner yesterday for for
First
Damon.
time East Coast.
Yeah, that horse had a little bit of trouble going in the turn. Caramonis did a nice job getting that horse corrected and for the win for Damon De La Vica. But I'm going to go higher price Damon in here. Moonlit Sea, the 3-horse. Third race off a little bit of a layoff. Fourth race now for the new barn. Sing Me a Love Song, the winner last time out, came back to win an allowance. I believe the fourth-place finisher came back to run well. Moonlit Sea is the speed of the speed in here. And the way Sing Me a Love Song jumped up buyer-wise, I can't see why Moonlit Sea can't, especially with the way the barn's going. I think she can control things on the front end, and those two might run around the racetrack together, the two Damons, Moonlit Sea and Picnic Party.
Yeah, I might have overlooked that one. Always go with the higher price horse when a trainer has two horses in there. You get Alex Centron aboard to see if that horse can transfer the sharp pen form here to this race. We both like the 8 here, St. Mistress. Gets an easier spot today, second off, a long layoff from Mike Giralles, and he's done well with this move before. You get Forrest Boyce aboard. Boyce was aboard last time. A nice come from behind third coming off that long layoff.
Yeah, didn't know how to figure that horse after the layoff. Didn't know if the horse was going to show speed or if they were going to kind of teach this horse to come from off the pace. They taught the horse how to come from off the pace. I think you're going to see this horse allowed to draft a little bit closer today, move up and be a little bit closer in stalking position. I think a move up off of that return try. The race was just done by the time this horse really got rolling inside the 8th pole.
All right, so a nice group of filly mares there in race 7. Feature of the day, nice group of starter allowance optional claiming $25,000, going a mile and a 16th, scratch to 1, Forever Bernardini, and we're both not going to try to beat the Linda Rice horse. How can you? You can't beat her so far this year. Gets her main man, Horacio Caramanos. American Road, I think, gets back to his preferred distance today in his third start, coming back off the long layoff. He's now a 5-year-old stud colt by a Quality Road. His best race was when he broke his maiden down at Hot Springs last year, going a mile against Maiden 40 Company. Went right to the front that day. Got a 90 buyer speed figure winning that race. So he's had a couple sprints under his belt, so he should be dead fit, and I like his speed going 2 turns here with Caramanos aboard.
Comes out of a race last time at Aqueduct. The winning buyer was a 93. Super strong. Anything remotely close to that would get the job done in here. 2 back against Cole Hayes, just misses at Aqueduct. Cole Hayes has run big, just got beat by Lakai, another one of Damon's runners. So American Road keys up. I think he's poised now. 2 sprints off the layoff. Let's go ahead and stretch this horse back out. I don't think it's going to be any problem. Last time the horse went 2 turns going along was really hampered by that outside post, the 10 post at Churchill Downs. Roby's boy, big sharp win off a maiden win last time. The question mark for me, though, is going to be all out of aces for Larry Jones. Drops this horse in for the tag. Showed a lot of promise early with a win at Keeneland. Last time out, not much at the fairgrounds. He's pretty quick, but the drop concerns me, the laying in it for the tag, and Iredell, as sharp as he is right now, I don't think he's going to be able to shake really clear of Iredell by the time they hit the 3/8 pole. That's why I think we're going to get a good setup for the 2 American Road.
We like the same 4 horses, just a different order. That was a big win by Roby's boy, coming off a brief freshening there. Had January off and half of February. First time Lasix last out, 1 going away. Should love the stretch out to 2 turns today was Hamilton aboard.
Yeah, he was real eager going to the wire. If I remember quickly looking back on the breeding of this horse, everything kind of suggested sprint. But this horse had plenty left in the tank, and it looks like the stretch out catches a shorter field. This is the right kind of move to go on him right now.
All right, both Keith and I keying on the 2 American Road in our late multi-race wagers there in race 8 to kick off the late double. Race 9, they'll bet this race. They love the maiden 10s around here. 3 and up, maiden claiming 10,000, 5.5 furlongs. Scratch the 8, Impressive Way. Rider change on the 1, Conquistador Fuego, make the rider Sarah Schaefer on the 1. I'll go with the 4 here, Wilco's Golden Eye for trainer Donald Souter. Sharp debut going 6 furlongs. Came from out of it on the inside, a big 29-1 price, a good second. They ran the horse back in 20 days at the same level, and they bet the horse that day. Didn't run too well. Carrasco stays aboard here, and I'll go back to the 4 Wilco's Golden Eye. Hopefully, he can get back to that good form we saw in the debut.
Yeah, he kind of lost his focus into the turn last time. Actually bothered another rival to his outside, and didn't know why Stevie didn't come back and ride this horse. He gave this horse a really picture-perfect ride on March the 4th. You get Carrasco back again today. Yearbook, that's who Steve Hamilton ends up on. Trainer Kenny Decker Decker nearly pulled off a big blow-up win yesterday in a nightcap with a 38-1 shot that just got beat a nostril. Yearbook is going to be forward. Triple Blackjack is going to be forward as well. The blinkers go on. He's going to be a short price in here. The 7 for Franny Campitelli. But Sigmund, I'll move to the outside for trainer Mike Juralis. Second time into the barn. Baybuilt just got the lead and airballed last time out. I think this horse can improve second time for the new barn. They've done well with this horse's second time in the barn. Comes out of a key race 2 races back where Bright Blue has come back to win a couple races back-to-back. So Sigmund, I think, improves, gets a stalking trip, and gets it done in a nightcap.
Triple Blackjack will be in front. You just have to wonder, will the blinkers on be the difference maybe to keep that horse going the whole way today?
He's had some gut-wrenching defeat. He's looked like a winner the last 3 races, leaving the 8th pole. He hasn't gotten it done. Very frustrating for the connections, I'm sure.
All right, we're right on time here. They're off and running down there at Gulfstream for their big Express Bet Florida Derby card. Good luck to everybody down there. We'll be seeing Gabby Gaudet back up here next weekend, but you can watch her down there today for the big card at Gulfstream. $2 million guaranteed in their pick 6 down there. If they don't hit it today, it'll be a mandatory payout. Pool will be around $10 million, so start studying up for Sunday's card now. I know you've taken a look at it.
Well, we saw Farmer Tom here. We'll hit him up for some money, too. I know he probably bought a jar of money in or two from the farm today.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, Dave Robin coming up next. We'll have today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.